So with the Call of Duty beta been and gone, I gave it a full 3 days gameplay before I decided to make this video on what we thought of it, guys. So stay tuned, I'm going to talk through Black Ops 4, the beta, my experience with it, and what I found was great and what I found very annoying. I'm Lethal Apollo, welcome back to another video with me. Hope everybody's doing fine and dandy. That being said, let's get right into this video. So my first impressions then, as soon as I downloaded it, it took me to the main menu where we was able to select the multiplayer. For some reason it's got a movable cursor as if we were using a mouse. I don't know why it's got that, but it is fairly fluid and smooth. It does do the job. You can select match, create your class, specialists and all that stuff. Then it takes you to your TDM and mode screen, where you will again get the opportunity to select your creator class and specialist. You can only have one specialist per game, so in your game, say there's 6 players, you will only be able to have one specialist unless you're in certain game modes where you will be able to use maybe 2. Starting off with the specialist, then we've got Ajax, who has the ballistic shield and the 9-bang. The ballistic shield is absolutely awesome for dominating objectives, or if you're coming through tight corridors and there's a team in front of you, it's pretty hard for them to destroy it and you can pretty much make mincemeat of anybody that gets in your way. Then you've got the 9-bang, which is very powerful. It stuns enemies, enables you to breach and clear rooms very easily, and it is very powerful. Then we've got the battery, who uses the war machine. I'm pretty sure you guys have all seen the war machine in action and know just how much of a bad boy that is. And then she also has the cluster grenade, which spits off little mini explosives into rooms and stuff. Then we've got Crash. He has the TAC 5, which will enable all of the players on your team to get a small health boost of around 50. So if you're trying to push on an objective, it's really helpful. You then also get an assault pack, which gives you ammo and stuff like that. When you get kills, it gives you a bonus for having an assault pack. Firebreak then, he uses the flamethrower, which is absolutely awesome. It's pretty much the same as it is in Black Ops 3. And then he has the reactor core, which enables you to give people nuclear damage through walls and stuff. The only problem is that actually damages you a little. Then we've got Nomad. He has the K9 unit, which is pretty powerful. He does do a good job, guys, but I've got to admit sometimes the dog can get a little lazy or confused and just either runs down a big long open path or just stands still. He's also got a trip mine, which is very effective on corners and stuff like that when you're trying to lock areas down. We've got Prophet, who has the Tempest and the Seeker shock mine. Unfortunately, the weapon intels doesn't work on him right now, but I have got a little bit of gameplay of me shooting and getting zapped by a shock mine, so you'll see that shortly. Recon then enables vision pulse, so this guy can see through walls. He also has an ability to shoot through walls when he activates his specialist ability. He also has the tracker dart, which enables you to have a little circle area on the map which highlights enemy locations. Moving on to Ruin then, Ruin weapon intel, he has the gravity spikes, which is very overpowered for clearing objectives, as you saw in that. And he also has the grapple hook, which is the only bit of boots off the ground action you will see in Black Ops 4. Seraph then uses the Annihilator, which is, as you would expect, the same as Black Ops 3, the Annihilator, and also has the respawn beacon, which enables your players to respawn on objectives and stuff like that. And last but not least, we've got Torque, who has the microwave shield barrier, which is pretty good for helping you protect objectives. And he also has the barbed wire, which you can lay down in doorways and stuff, which is very effective at trapping enemies and helps you get your score up nice and quickly. It also refreshes nice and quickly. Moving on to the maps then, guys, you get 6 maps in the beta. The maps we've been given so far are called Frequency, which is like a radio station that's up in the mountains. We've got one called Contraband, which is an uncharted island off the coast of Colombia. Seaside, which is a Spanish coastal town. Payload, which is an ICBM facility in the Icelandic mountain range. Hacienda, which is a vineyard in the Spanish countryside, and Gridlocked, which is a Japanese town. The maps are very dynamic, they're really good, they feel a little like Black Ops 3. As you can see from this bit of gameplay where I'm underwater, the colours are really nice and stand out. There's nice blues and oranges and reds that all mix into the maps pretty well in my opinion. It doesn't look too futuristic, although it is kind of set in the future. It looks really nice in my opinion. The maps are, as I said, pretty similar to Black Ops 3, only you'll probably find there's a lot more alternative routes, little lanes and like little ledges you can kind of drop down or swim under or climb over, stuff like that. There's a lot of extra areas that you wouldn't have got in Black Ops 3. The gameplay itself, as I said, feels smooth, but there is a very questionable time to kill delay. Like when you get into gunfights, as I said earlier, there'll be fights where you should have died and you will live, and there'll be definitely fights where you'll live and definitely should have died. The time to kill is really long. The characters used to have a 100 health bar, now that is raised to 150, and you also can select a stim pack in your inventory which enables you to boost your health back up to 150. If any one of the players in the opposite team are using body armor and you haven't got armor piercing rounds on, you've got no hope of winning that gunfight really, because they will beat you by default. They will start the fight with 200 health, you will have 150 health. You can get armor piercing rounds on a lot of the weapons, but they aren't available for every weapon, which I do recommend Treyarch implements that into the game. If they are going to have body armor for some players to have the choice of using, the other players should definitely have the option to counter it. So as I said, the movement all feels nice and smooth. The guns are really nice, they sound great, the accuracy feels quite nice in fact. The recoil feels controllable and it seems like you can get a gist of the weapons pretty quickly. Unfortunately, I'm only rank 17 or something, so I've not actually unlocked many of the weapons. I've only managed to pick a few up and use the ones that I've been using. But from what I can tell, the guns are nice and stable. One or two of them might need a nerf here or there. Snipers will definitely need nerfing. Snipers are so annoying in this game because they can put laser sights on and stuff like that, which enables players to be able to no-scope you pretty easy and just take you out one shot. And you don't even get a chance to respond or defend against that really. You just hear the gunfire and you're dead. Onto the stim pack then. The stim pack is a consumable that you press L1 to use. It refreshes quite often, so if you get into a gunfight, take damage, say down to 70 health, if you use your L1 you can heal quite quickly. It doesn't heal instantly, but it is quite quick and you are ready to go again. It will refill pretty quickly, around 3 or 4 seconds or something like that, so you do get the opportunity to spam your stim pack if you need to. It's pretty cool, but I do think the time to kill will need a little nerf. As I said, with the stim pack it makes it almost impossible to kill players when they slide out the way, jump, do a bunny jump and use a stim pack. Especially if they've got body armor on, you don't stand a chance. The objectives in the game are really good. I like the new control mode. It's pretty cool. I had a lot of fun in control mode. It was probably the best fun I had, where you basically take and capture objectives. You have to spend one round capturing the objective and then the second round defending it. Pretty similar to in the previous Call of Duties, but I found this was really good fun in Black Ops 4 especially. One of the new additions to this game mode is the life system. As you can see, there's 27 lives each. You start with 29 or 30 lives each, and every time you die or one of your team members die, you lose a life. And obviously as soon as you get down to like the last 4 or 5 lives, whether the objectives are complete or not, you will win or lose the game depending on that. That's pretty cool. Don't forget as well guys, we'll have the Xbox One beta next weekend, also for the PC, an open beta for PC I believe. I found some of the score streaks quite difficult to get early on. The lobbies were very hardcore, I would say. A lot of the players I wouldn't consider professional, but I would definitely say the lobbies were very competitive. But we did start to get some streaks together in the end, and I found some of them very rewarding and some of them not so. For example, I called in an attack chopper at least 4 or 5 times, and where in, like, say for example Modern Warfare or Black Ops 1 it would get you a fair amount of kills. On all of the occasions in my gameplay on Black Ops 4, the attack chopper got me 2, maybe maximum of 3 kills. The Hellstorm missile is good fun. It's pretty much the same as the AC-130 Predator missile, which is clearly a nostalgic thing to be using in Black Ops 4, so I'm glad about it returning, but it is obviously an old asset. But overall, I am really enjoying it. I have really enjoyed it. I will be looking forward to the next beta. Black Ops 4 gets a thumbs up from me. I am looking forward to the game being released, and hopefully you guys will be able to get your hands on the beta next weekend and join in on the action. I think that September we will also get a beta for the Blackout mode, which is the Battle Royale version for Call of Duty Black Ops 4, which hopefully will be awesome and even better than the multiplayer. A lot of people are complaining about multiplayer, saying it's the same old formula, it's the same old Call of Duty, and this, that, the other. But to me, in my honest opinion, I did find it very difficult. A lot of the lobbies, as I said, were very hardcore players. But I enjoyed the game, guys, and as soon as the beta ended, I was wounded that I couldn't play it. I was absolutely gutted that I couldn't play it. So that indicates to me that I did enjoy myself on Black Ops 4, and I will be purchasing it. Guys, I hope you found this video insightful in some way. I hope you're looking forward to Black Ops 4. If you are, drop me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. I would really appreciate any new followers. Click that little notification bell so you never miss an upload. And until next time, I've been Lethal Apollo, you guys have been awesome, and I'll see you in my next video.